Very good evening to you from the flight deck of Singapore Airlines Flight
Welcome home.
636,
Good feedback. Good evening.
and we are about to embark on service from Singapore to Tokyo Haneda this evening. Current local time is 10:30 p.m. in the evening at Singapore. Estimated time of departure, or the scheduled time of departure, is 10:50 p.m. So about 20 minutes to go, which means we can actually request voice clearance on the frequency. So there is no delivery online at the moment. There is ground. We have information India, the latest 80s. Let us request clearance. Singapore ground, good evening. Singapore 636 Bay Echo 28. Information India, request flight level 320, initially to Tokyo Haneda.
Singapore 636, Singapore ground, good evening. Information India now current. Standby for 86 clearance number 1.
Okay. So let us take a look at the flight plan here. Singapore to Romeo Juliet Tango Tango, Sierra November Charlie, course index 70.
Singapore ground,
Average wind component minus 2 knots, SR deviation plus 13. Ground distance 2990. Okay, a bit of extra distance. Great circle distance 2861. So estimated weights are all below limits, which is good. So initially, flight plan said 350, but the FMC recommended 330. However, due to the flight level allocation scheme over the South China Sea, because of the crisscrossing airways, the no PDC scheme, no pre-departure coordination flight level allocation scheme, says that on our airway Lima 625, which is the initial airway over here, we can only take levels 310, 320, 350, 360, 390, and levels 400. So therefore, I've opted to take level 320 initially, which is what I requested in our clearance. So it is Doman 5 Bravo departure. This is slightly outdated seat over here, and the Excel. This should be the Excel 1 Bravo arrival into Tokyo Haneda for runway 22, because we expect the LDA whiskey approach. Ready copy, Singapore 636.
Singapore 636, you are cleared to Tokyo Haneda via the Doman 5 Bravo departure. Expect flight level 320, squawk 0170.
Singapore 636 cleared to Tokyo Haneda via Doman 5 Bravo departure. Expect flight level 320, squawk 0170.
Singapore 636, feedback correct.
Yeah, excellent. We are cleared now. Okay, initial climb is 3000 per the this, okay, which I will show you over here. So review, flight info uplinks. So initial climb 3000 feet is also on the charts as well. 3000 feet set. We have our clearance now. Squawk 0170. Okay, ready for push in a couple minutes. Then we will turn on the altitude reporting off. Okay, so because initial flight level changed down, okay, 2 plus about 1 ton of fuel, which is okay. But we are not expected to do it for the entire flight. So once we're able 350, then we'll do the climb. So PAX 247, 19 tons of cargo, overall payload 41.5 tons, giving us these particular weights, which is good, extra fuel. And I've actually uplifted 67 tons of fuel, okay, due to the weather, which I'll show you just a bit down here. So runway analysis, okay, we'll skip this one because we have the performance computation from the PMDG OPT. SIGMETs, so you can see here, SIGMETs, Manila FIR, SIGMET 1, okay. This is a tropical storm, tropical cyclone KME, okay, particularly here, and this actually does intrude. Singapore weather moment is fairly fine. Tokyo Haneda, light rain, thunderstorms associated with light rain, and quite a few CBs, broken 4000. And however, as you can see over here the forecast, so we expected to land approximately at 6:45 local time in Tokyo, which is 5:45 Singapore time, which is 8 p.m. So 8:45 p.m. I'll count it as 2100 Zulu on the 20th of July. So therefore the showers of rain should have passed, and we should be looking at this one over here, which is 18010 knots. Okay, so the mist and all that should have cleared out, which means decent weather in Tokyo. Our alternate is Kansai, which is an SI destination as well. No clouds and good weather forecast all the way. Yep. So we'll review the NOTAMs later before departure. For now, let's take a look at the en route weather here. So unfortunately, I have no time to read the en route NOTAMs, and I don't believe real flight crew did. So this is a job of our dispatcher. So this is the route over here. Lima 625 airway initially over the South China Sea, and because of the crisscrossing airways here, we are located 320 initially. Then once we are ready to climb 350, we will do so. So this is the tropical cyclone over here. Occasional embedded cumulonimbus up to 570, flight level 570. Here we have this as well. Isolated embedded CBs up to 540. So therefore the weather initially over the South China Sea is quite poor all the way up to the Philippines. So I've taken extra approximately 5 tons of fuel to account for this. There's a volcano alert over here, but overall should be alright. Okay, winds fairly fine. Tropopause, we are well below the tropopause, so we do expect to see the weather. We'll use the weather radar, make any weather deviations as necessary. Right, we'll go back to the route page and do a route check over here. So departure, we will be flying the Toman 5 Bravo departure as cleared by air traffic control. Okay, which is some differences between the 4 Bravo, but we do have the charts for the 5 Bravo. So the first waypoint of the departure will be to Biksu above 1,500 feet. Go to plan mode here, which is checked. Next will be Biva above 2,500 feet, checked. Dubot above 4,000 feet, and Arif at 6,000 feet exactly, that is checked. And then to Bamdu, and then to Sepvo below 9,000 feet, it's checked. Then to Kotka, and then to Vepma, and then to Toman. After Toman, we can expect Lima 625 to Mevin, which is take a look over here, the routing over here. Lima 625 to Mevin, Bravo 462 to Kazik. Okay, actually, let me just bring this here, right? Yeah. 462 to Kazik, Yankee 59 to Azama, Yankee 57 to Sakbo, and Yankee 571 to Billy, Yankee 21 to Excel, and then the Excel 1 Bravo. So this is not the arrival. So the Excel 1 Bravo is the arrival that will likely be assigned. This is the visual, or 22, but normally they assign the LDA Whiskey 22. Page says ground distance of 3006 versus the one on the flight plan 2990. Okay, I will attribute that to the different departure and arrival procedures, but it is within range, so we're happy with that. Okay, let's bring this back over here. So the VMAP page, I've inserted the speed restriction 230 knots below for max 230 until passing 4,000 feet, which is the restriction in the SID, and thereafter 250 below 10,000. Transition altitude is 1,000 feet. And okay, we have radar required. Aircraft unable to fly the SID profile shall inform air traffic control. Cruising levels will be issued after takeoff by Singapore radar. And airport elevation is 22 feet. So initial climb clearance is 3,000. Close to an obstacle. Aircraft up to 80 exists on taxiways west of 02 center. Minimum climb grading criteria when takeoff the SID as instructed by ATC. Okay, so this SID shall be minimum climb gradients of 15 Bravo 7% until reaching a passing 2,500 thereafter 3.3%. So the reason why there are these altitude restrictions is actually because there is a military VFR corridor just south of Singapore, where the military aircraft, as long as they're within that corridor, They don't need to request clearance from Singapore ATC. Yeah. So therefore, there are these restrictions for us, altitude restrictions, which we should be able to meet, no problem. So the only thing we need to be aware of is the 2304,000, and after that 3,000 feet initial climb clearance, which is relatively low. Okay, let's take a look here. So now let's review the NOTAMs as we prepared for pushback and departure. So aircraft is boarded ready, or that we simulate that. Okay, there's no real-time boarding because I'm not using GSX, but let us take a look at the pushback procedure for Echo 28, which you'll get from pushback.sinvac.org. So Bay Echo 28, we can expect a push. Okay, let's assume that we'll push through face north lah. So we need to hold short of Papa 6. Correction, no, we just need to nose at the leading line of the bay. Yeah, because there's no way you can hold short of Papa 6. So nose at the leading line of the bay and we will be fine. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, there you go, the pushback has been pre-planned. So I'm expecting the push through face north, and then we are expecting a push, correction, we're expecting to taxi either Papa 4 or Papa 5, likely Papa 4, and then either Papa 1 or straight out to Tango for the Tango 2 holding points runway 20 center. 4,000 meters of runway. Let us check the NOTAMs here for anything for us. So currently Zulu time is 1441. Let's review the NOTAMs over here. So Golf and Hotel between Golf and Bravo close. That's not relevant for us. So this is also past the time already. This is due to the National Day celebrations, by the way, currently Singapore. Yeah, the rehearsals currently. So not relevant. Not relevant as well. Not relevant. Okay, this one is also not relevant. Sierra 2, Sierra 7 close. November 1 behind aircraft stands 517 left close. November between November 4 and Papa 1 close. Okay, so that is all good. Nothing within our taxi route that we expect. And the Haneda ones we'll review en route. So far I'm happy. Fuel load is over here. 4.2. Okay, we have 6 expected ICAS messages. But hydraulics are not pressurized yet. Fuel pumps are remaining off. Let us start the APU. And let us get clearance to pressurize hydraulics shortly. Okay, so route check has been completed. Now if you go to route 2, you can see that I've preloaded the ILS 20 center, which is our expected landing runway into Singapore. So Igora, Ilalu, Elbap, Elmin, then runway 20 center, climb path 3 degrees is checked, and we have the frequency 109.7 loaded in the fixed page, correction, the nav radio, pre-tuned, India Charlie Charlie, minimums 216 has been preset as well on both sides. And the missed approach procedure will be to intercept heading 130 after correction, climb out on 4,000 feet. Okay, intercept heading 130 and then proceed direct to Exomo 4,000 feet. And hold at Exomo is speed 220 knots maximum. Okay, this procedure is checked, and now I have information Juliet. Okay, let's check this. So QNH is 1011 and still, temperature 30 degrees, visibility 10 kilometers, wind 1309 knots. So just now it's 1208 knots. It does do it resync here, the performance 2, calculate, all still the same, and you hear that, so that's the APU. Okay, so APU is now available. Keep it on shortly lah. Okay, till we are ready to pressurize hydraulics, then we will transfer the electrical load. Okay, so that is the return to Singapore. Current gross weight is 277.1 tons, which is above the maximum landing weight of 251 tons. So if you really need be, it's not urgent, we will head out over the sea, okay, for departure over here towards Toman, and then we'll dump fuel. However, if all is good, we will, correction, if anything is urgent, we will immediately return to Singapore. No questions asked. So I'm going to mark here the MSA 25 nautical mile fixed ring. The 15 nautical mile fixed ring around Singapore is to mark our engine out procedure. So if any engine failure, your climb should hit runway heading select 203, climb to 50 nautical miles from Singapore and hold. Okay, once they're ready, we'll get vectors from air traffic control for the ILS to set up for the ILS 20 center, 4,000 meters landing runway. Need to fuel dump, go fuel dump, urgent, come back immediately. And let me just take a look here. Okay, so the MSA is 1,700 feet within our sector. That should be all relevant because we will be heading east. So therefore, climbing to 2,000 feet, runway heading 50 nautical miles hold should keep us well clear of any obstacles. You can cancel this message here. Right. And if you are wondering why I didn't use data link clearance initially, right, the 777 has the new and shiny data link clearance feature. That's because according to the charts, data link clearance service is not available for our routes. So it's only available for some specific routes to Australia, Malaysia, and Indonesia. Okay, so if you have a rejected takeoff on departure below 80 knots, you'll reject for any master caution, ICAS message, or any abnormalities. Above 80 knots, reject only for engine fire or engine failure, aircraft unsafe, unable to fly, bird strike or wind shear, or any ICAS message. Our course stop, close the thrust levers, simultaneously apply maximum reverse, manually raise the speed brake lever, and apply maximum manual braking. We have verified thrust levers is closed, speed brake up, max reverse applied, and maximum manual braking, operation of RTO auto brakes. You will call 100 knots, 80 knots, 60 knots. I'll stop the aircraft on the runway, set flaps 30, and you inform ATC of the reject. Alright, so NOTAM's brief, pushback procedure, taxi out, and departure to 15 Bravo. Threats for departure, low stop altitude 3,000 feet and 2304,000 restriction, which we have to keep flaps 5 out because we are expecting our clean speed to be 237. Okay, so yeah, so if it's 237, then we should be able to do 217, which will be the flap 1 speed. Okay, so we should be able to retract to flaps. Yeah, we have to keep. Okay, flap 1 maneuvering speed is 217. So yeah, therefore we should be able to keep it, check up to flap 1. Okay, so we have to keep flap 1 out, we cannot go flaps up yet. And rejected takeoff procedure has been briefed, and return to Singapore following engine failure has been checked. Okay, so fuel dump if only if needed necessary, and only a dump about 27 tons, less than that likely because we'll burn some fuel on the taxi out before returning to Singapore 20 center. Okay, let's go back to route 1 here, and satisfied. Then let us prepare to start the aircraft up. So let us assume that we've gotten clearance on the ground crew to pressurize hydraulics. Excellent. Okay, temperatures, how are they now? Okay, 21 degrees. So I turned down just now because the ground air wasn't really working. For now I can turn them a bit warmer here. Don't need it to be so cool. And there's a fuel at center ICAS, so let's turn on the center pumps here. Ground operations, ground connections, release air conditioning, release the ground power. We have brake accumulator pressure, parking brake lever up, parking brake set ICAS, so you can go into the chocks as well, but for that, let us use the jetway. Yeah, so the jetway is getting released now. Ground service vehicles release all, thank you. Okay, there you go, jetway is being released, you can tell from the flashing lights. I remove the chocks please. Now go to door management page. Okay, the cabin crew will arm the doors and cross check when we start the pushback. So hydraulics are on now, we can go ahead and connect the tug.
We are at B. Thanks for the help, good night.
Parking brake set, onboard brake RTO, seatbelts on, APU running. Okay, let us see. The actual flight currently now is last call. And so They still haven't get under the gate closed yet. So once I see the thing change, update the status to GC, gate closed, then I will do the passenger announcement and prepare for departure. But otherwise everything is all set up. We are ready for the departure. Let us just set 4.75 for the trip. So let's set that 4.75. 4.75 is set. Earlier we tested the oxygen already, so let us do the control check. Quantities are also checked oxygen. It's fine. Okay, let's do the checklist. Okay, Preflight checklist. Preflight checklist. Oxygen tested 100%. Flight instruments heading 293, QNH 1011. Set once, twice, 3 times. Altimeter 30 feet, 30 feet, 30 feet. Check. Okay, let's do the before start checklist down to. Okay. Actually, we'll do this after the last passenger is boarded. Okay, but we are fully ready. All NOTAMs have been reviewed. Let's do the tablet on the right. And the frequency. So I'm not too sure who will stay online. Perhaps we'll be even on Unicom departure, which is alright. Okay, no problem. As you can see, we have a 10 pilot here today. So later remember to
Singapore 771
switch it to altitude reporting off.
You are clear to Sukarno Hatta via the Anito 8 Bravo departure. Expect flight level 370.
Okay, there is just got a gate close message. Excellent. So let us prepare for departure now. Ladies and gentlemen, very good evening from the flight deck. Welcome aboard Singapore Airlines Flight 636 service from Singapore to Tokyo Haneda. Flight time this evening expected to be 6 hours and 34 minutes, cruising at 32,000 feet initially, with a climb up to 35,000 feet and possibly 37,000 feet depending on weather conditions. Weather en route this evening expected to be unfortunately a bit poor initially due to large cells of thunderstorms over the South China Sea extending all the way up to about 50,000 feet, including a bit of a tropical cyclone that we will be flying through in the area. We'll do our best to stay clear of all the weather, looking with our help from our weather radar and reports from air traffic control and other pilots. But we do advise you to keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you're seated for your own safety, as we can never be too sure when turbulence might hit. And if the seatbelt sign does come on, we do request that you promptly return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt and take instructions from the crew at all times. And follow the crew's advice at all times. Before arrival into Tokyo, we will make an announcement to let you know of the current situation, expected landing time and weather. We do expect fairly decent weather. Winds from the south, approximately temperature will be about 25 degrees or so during arrival. Right now we are waiting for air traffic control clearance for our pushback, but we are pretty much ready to go, so our departure should be very shortly. If you do wish to follow the progress of the flight, you can do so via the in-flight entertainment system's flight path channel. To wish you a very pleasant flight and thank you for choosing to fly Singapore Airlines. A passenger announcement has been given, so let us prepare for pushback and departure. Reporting off ATC1. Okay, before start checklist. Okay, let's get the cam to tug is connected. So before start checklist, down to the beacon. Flight deck door is closed and locked. MCP V2173 heading 203, altitude 3000 feet. Takeoff speeds V1 167, VR 170, V2 173. Checked and set. Serial preflight is completed. Rudder correction trim 4.75 units set. 0 0. Taxi takeoff briefing completed. Holding a beacon. Let's request push now. Singapore ground Singapore 636 information Juliet Bay Echo 28. Request push and start.
Singapore 636 pushback approved, please now.
Pushback proof face now, Singapore 636. Okay, so pushback approved face north is we plan ready, so start pushback please. Beacon on before start checklist complete.
We are cleared for start and push.
Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Okay, brake release.
Eventually pushback. You can start the engine sequence.
Singapore 711.
Okay, our block time
pushback
5 minutes late. Okay, no problem.
Proceed.
We will very likely be on time anyway. So the cabin crew will now arm all doors and cross check. So the tablet please. So we're pushing from Bay Echo 28, which is Terminal 2. So Singapore Airlines recently they moved all the Japan and Korea flights to Terminal 2. Previously they were using Terminal 3. Yeah, pretty much all the time as soon as Terminal 3 opened. So this is pretty historic. Okay, not pretty recently, I think a couple months ago, except for SQ12, which continues to Los Angeles. A nice view of the airport here. This is the Imagine Sims eatery, by the way. Well, it's... Oh, okay, let's see. Let's monitor the push. Let's hope nothing too bad has happened. Alright. Okay, so far still okay, still pushing back. Of course, yeah, that wouldn't happen in real life. But yeah. Okay, they say you're clear to start engine. Start sequence will be right and left. Starting right engine. And 2. Oil pressure. And 1. %, and 2. Expect fuel flow. Fuel flow. EGT.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set.
Ground. You may disconnect.
Okay. Actually, I cut him off, but
Okay, sir. Clear.
parking brake set. Okay, please disconnect. Don't hold on to the aircraft and then prevent me from taxi. Okay, very good. He's disconnected.
Ground Tokyo 11.
Right engine
What?
stable. Starting left engine.
Okay, 141 Singapore.
At 2.
Ground, hello, yeah, Bay Echo 10. Taxi Whiskey, Quebec, hold caution. Whiskey,
Compression.
Quebec,
And
Papa
1.
1, hold shot Papa 2.
Okay, so he's coming in
Bay
Echo 11. Or rather Echo 10. Echo 10 is over there. So he will need us to vacate first.
Wait, say again, Tokyo 141?
Okay, 141 Whiskey, Quebec, Papa 1, hold shot Papa 2.
Whiskey,
flow?
Quebec, Papa 1, whole shot, Papa 2. Tokyo 141. And just curious, where you flying just now also?
EGT.
No wonder. Okay.
So he's holding shot Papa 2 because I believe he's gonna clear us Papa 4 and Tango. So let's see. Okay, we have left engine stable. You can come off. Okay, wait for the lights to come off here. Okay, here we there you go. It's off now. Excellent. So flaps 5. Call. Decas off. Expected. The brake RTO. Seatbelts on. Parking brake set. APU cool down. Okay, flight controls. Full up. Cool down. Control. Full left. Full right. And neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. And neutral. I'm actually even holding my breath when doing this, but unfortunately, because of the jerkiness in the signal, using a Logitech Extreme 3D Pro.
taxi Papa 1, Papa 5, Papa 6. You can take Bay Echo 1, 2 lah.
Okay, for taxi checklist,
Papa
NTIs
1,
is auto,
Papa 5,
recall,
Papa 6,
checked,
Echo 1, 2,
flight controls, checked, ground
Watch
equipment, duck is
Good night, welcome home.
right, clear. Okay, for taxi checklist complete. First taxi. Singapore ground, Singapore 636, first taxi.
Singapore 636, taxi Papa 7, Papa 2, holding point Tango 2, runway 20 center.
Taxi Papa 7, Papa 2, holding point Tango 2, 20 center, Singapore 636. Okay, so I believe he was given Echo 1, 2, so we will have to watch out for the silk gear, make sure there's no conflict here. So don't like it come off here. And get a bit of lighting here so I can see the quadrants. Parking brake release. Okay, parking brake release, a little bit of thrust here. And a bit of lighting. Gotta turn my lights on. Okay, we're not that heavy today, we don't need that much thrust. Okay, Papa 7 is all the way straight. So Papa 2 is just Sabine Bay Delta 48. Okay, so it is somewhere over here. Okay, to be frank, it's the next right turn. It's the next right turn. There will be Papa 7. Correction, Papa 2. We will watch out for the silk air that is apparently coming in.
Singapore 711, squawk was Charlie.
So you can see the infrastructure change. This is Terminal 2, and then now you're going on to Terminal 1 over here. So keep this speed over here, should be no problem.
711, taxi Romeo 1, Tango.
711 I believe will be heading off to Bangkok.
Taxi Romeo 1, Tango, Papa 2.
Okay, there you go, that is Papa 2. Okay, cabin ready, excellent. Okay, I have to resist the urge to undershoot the turn, because previously, yeah, we fly the 737. Yeah, I don't see the silk air, so all is good. Keep the speed 9 knots here for the turn, it's alright. So Papa 2, then you'll be all the way straight ready. Okay, let us do the before takeoff checklist shortly. Likely head us over to tower very shortly as well. So Papa 1, we are clear right side and clear left side as well. I cannot see the silk air. So before takeoff checklist complete. Before him to hand us over to tower. 20 center is over here. Okay, looks clear on both sides. Yeah, perhaps we will be calling Unicom. I'm not sure whether the tower is still online. Just speed a little bit here. Okay, approach is online. The tower's offline, approach is online. Okay, so probably ask us to contact approach shortly. 124.6. We're on the Singapore 636 holding 20 center.
Singapore 636, contact Singapore approach 124.6, bye-bye.
The approach 124.6, Singapore 636, bye-bye, thank you for TC. Set the parking brake first, get the lights off. Parking brake set, switch over here. Singapore approach, very good evening, Singapore 636 holding Tango 2 short of 20 center, ready for departure.
Singapore 636, Singapore approach, good evening, 12:15, 13 degrees and a knot, runway 20 center, clear for takeoff.
20 center, clear takeoff, Singapore 636. cabin crew to your takeoff stations. Okay, weather radar, transponder. Left side is clear. The rolling takeoff. Strobes on, lights before takeoff checklist completes. Cars, don't see anything. So no changes to departure brief. 2304,000. Keep it at flap 1.
Roger, taxi Echo Charlie 3 Echo Papa Waypoint Echo 1 runway 21.
Runway 21, there will be Salita.
Taxi Echo Charlie 3 Echo Papa to Waypoint Echo 1 runway 21 for
Okay, takeoff. Stabilize. Thrust ref. Thrust set.
80 knots.
Check. Hold.
Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
Get up. LF. Thrust ref, VDF speed.
463 675 left, turn left heading 090, climb flight level 240.
Then left heading 090 and confirm 240 unrestricted, Singapore 636.
Singapore 636 April.
Prep 240 unrestricted, Singapore 636. Select.
Action 7 is Climbout Charlie.
Session 7A Roger.
Okay, 240 has got flight level change here. Flaps 1. Keep it at 230 knots for now. So heading 090.
Singapore 771 Singapore approach to evening surface wind 13 and not runway 2010 Spectre for takeoff. Singapore 636 proceed direct guard cancel speed restriction.
Proceed direct car, cancel speed restriction, Singapore 636. Okay, cancel speed so we can go ahead and accelerate all the way. Car. Execute. LF. Cancel speed restriction. So let's go ahead and dial up the speed first. LF. Flaps up. Enough pitch here. Delete. Execute. And delete this as well. There. Let's go. Let's increase the speed manually for now, because I need to cancel altitude restrictions, okay, which none of them exist, so we can go VNAV. So thrust ref, VNAV speed. Okay, after takeoff checklist, complete. Accelerate takeoff now. Passing through a bit of cloud over here. So far nothing on the weather radar, which is good. Okay, some cloud over there, but it's okay, it's not a big problem. So over here, the island that we are seeing would be Southern Johor. Singapore's already all the way behind us. They reset these because expected moments.
Okay, Hotel 7 can contact 75 climb unrestricted for level 240 taxi direct Gure.
Here's the range over here.
Okay, 4771 cancel the restrictions.